Come here. I want to show you something.
They don't know. Rocket launch.
I thought about it.
Oh!
Damn it! Well, everybody's fighting each other. Hold up.
That's shoot that ass.
Hold on.
Shoot his ass! God damn it. Oh my god! Shoot that ass.
Oh! Oh!
That feeling is never coming back for any of us. Recently, I've been doing a lot of thinking as to why Fortnite does not feel the same. We all understand that the game is different, but in my opinion, something just feels like the soul has been ripped out of the game. Like, it's different, but why is it different? After looking at a lot of my old footage, I think I figured out why that is, and I think I can explain it in a way that no one has before. That's gonna sound very ironic in a moment, because my first point is everyone's biggest complaint with the game right now, which is Fortnite is just entirely too sweaty. Listen, I've talked at length about playing against sweaty players and my philosophy on that, and how I think you should overcome that challenge, but we all have to understand that the genie is out of the bottle and we can't put it back in. When you look at OG Fortnite footage, you have to understand everybody sucked, including the best players at the time. Their old selves could not hold a candle to their present day selves. We all were trash. We've all gotten better. This game is naturally going to get sweatier, and that's with any video game as time progresses, and I think that's okay. You gotta understand, back in the day when we were all walking around in the open, we hadn't conceptualized how to use builds as cover and use it to our advantage in fights. The idea that Fortnite is really a chess match of you constantly trying to outmaneuver your opponent with your builds. You're able to block shots off and get away from your opponent in a way that you can't do in any other video game. That thought process hadn't been fully understood yet, but now everyone gets that. I think another thing that's changed drastically is the game cosmetically. Now, what do I mean by that? I don't just mean how the game looked in terms of the OG graphics compared to the modern day way that the game looks. I'm talking more about the skins and the battle passes. A lot of people don't understand or realize this, but Fortnite skins and battle passes back in the day had a lot of parodies and homages to licensed properties. People enjoyed Fortnite's take on pop culture icons. The most poignant example that I can think of would be the John Wick skin. I think that there was something that was more rewarding and more fulfilling with that than there was actually getting the literal John Wick skin. If Epic really wanted to shake up a battle pass, they would do one that had no collabs whatsoever, stick to one theme for the battle pass, and have it be all original skins that we've never seen before. I think there was something special when Fortnite was parodying licensed properties rather than just taking licensed properties and putting them in their game. But I also understand that that is part of the business model now, and that's probably not going to change either. Keeping on with the theme of simplicity, I think the third thing that a lot of people don't think about is sound design. Like, the game was so peaceful back in the day, and that sounds a little odd considering this is a battle royale, right? But I remember I used to love to land on the outskirts and play solos back in the day and just go explore. You gotta think, we didn't have any NPCs, there were no animals. Those things wouldn't be added until an entire chapter later. And now that I think about it, I didn't even initially intend to put this in here, but we didn't even have cars that we could drive back then. Like, I think it was a lot better, honestly, when the only form of mobility we had was either our feet or launch pads. Think about the game before we had NPCs at every corner, before we had even in-game quests with characters talking to us and giving us instructions on what to do in the game, being chased by animals every 5 seconds, or having to worry about getting ran over by someone in a car. When shopping carts got added to the game, everyone got excited. And don't get me started on golf carts. I think what attracted so many people to the game, and honestly what made it stand out from other games, is the simplicity, because you can play Call of Duty or Apex, and you're gonna have vehicles to transport you and walk you around in those games, right? But Fortnite had a very organic feeling that's been stripped away because there's just so much going on now. I think that kind of ties into my fourth point, which is the story. Regardless of whether people realize this or not, Fortnite story plays a huge role in the updates that we get for the game. Going off my example of NPCs, when the agency was added to Fortnite, that was done because of what was happening between the Imagine Order and Midas in that storyline. Even in the next season when the map was flooded, that was because of what Midas had done in the game. There's this looming presence of Fortnite story over us at all times, and now it's almost unavoidable because when you're in the battle bus, you're constantly being yelled at by Jonesy to get these quests done, to fight off the Chrome and the Herald. There's something that Tommy from Top 5 Gaming told me recently that I thought was very profound, which is he misses the days when Fortnite didn't spoon feed us the story, when you had to figure it out through just little Easter eggs that would pop up on the map via updates. I've heard a few other people say that as well. And I'll be honest, at first I was in opposition to that. I vehemently disagreed, but after thinking about it for some time, I think they're right. Maybe it would be nice to figure out the story, not through cutscenes, not through crazy bombastic live events, but just from small little updates that we get every week in game. Finally, and I think this is the most important point here, but the main reason why Fortnite will never be the same again is because you changed. You're not the same player you were when the game first came out or when you first started playing the game. In many ways, I think a lot of our expectations for the game are too high. I think we have to understand that a lot of us are trying to chase that old feeling that we used to get from playing the game back in the day, and that's never gonna happen. Those feelings that we got back in the OG days, or whenever you started playing, of getting that victory royale for the first time, playing with those groups of friends, you're not gonna get that back. This is gonna sound weird, but Fortnite is a lot like a relationship. When you first start dating somebody, when you first get in a relationship with someone, it's all brand new. It's exciting. You feel butterflies. Everything that person does is exhilarating. You're overwhelmed by the euphoric experience of being with a new person, right? But after being with them for some time, you start to settle in and you get comfortable. And that's when people will start having problems in the relationship and getting mad at each other. Now, if the relationship's going well, you both should be evolving and changing as people. The thing is to not get mad at the other person for the changes that they're making and how they're evolving, but to grow together and try to figure out a way to balance each other out through compromise. I think the issue that Fortnite has right now and the player base has right now, why a lot of people are leaving the game, is that there's no compromise. There's really no middle ground. And I would argue that Epic's probably trying to find it, but there needs to be a greater balance between Epic and the player base to create a solid product of Fortnite. Like, I do think that there are a lot of things that Epic could do to appease a broader group of players, a lot of the old ones, and even some of the newer players, to keep the game interesting and fresh, but also be able to monetize it to its full potential. I really want to delve deep into that topic because I really think that Epic is on the cusp of some amazing things. But we're gonna save that for next time. So until then, why don't you go ahead and subscribe to the channel and check out this video right here, which explains how you ruined Fortnitemares. I love you guys, and I'll catch you soon. Peace out.